If a gas plant were to explode in a busy city, the consequences would be catastrophic, with immediate and long-term effects on human lives, infrastructure, the environment, and the economy. Gas plants typically store and process highly flammable substances like natural gas, propane, or other chemicals, which can lead to devastating explosions if something goes wrong. The severity of the incident would depend on the size of the plant, the volume of gas stored, and the proximity of residential and commercial areas. Immediate impact. The explosion itself would cause a massive shockwave, resulting in widespread destruction. Buildings within close range could be destroyed or severely damaged. Glass windows might shatter for miles, and fires would likely break out, causing further chaos. People in the vicinity would face serious injuries, or even death from the blast, flying debris, and resulting fires. Emergency services would be immediately overwhelmed, with hospitals filling up quickly, and first responders racing to contain fires, rescue trapped individuals, and treat the injured. Human casualties and displacement. Depending on the time of day and population density, the human toll could be extremely high. A daytime explosion during peak activity could injure or kill hundreds, if not thousands. In addition to fatalities, many would be left homeless or displaced, especially if apartment buildings or homes are damaged. Emergency shelters and aid would need to be quickly set up to accommodate survivors. Environmental consequences. A gas plant explosion releases hazardous chemicals and gases into the air. Depending on the type of gas involved, toxic clouds could spread across the city, posing health risks to people even far from the explosion site. Air quality would degrade rapidly, and water sources could be contaminated due to firefighting runoff and chemical leaks. Long-term exposure to pollutants could increase rates of respiratory problems, cancer, and other health issues. Infrastructure damage and economic impact. Key city infrastructure such as power lines, water systems, and transportation networks could be severely damaged. Roads and bridges near the explosion might collapse or become unusable, halting emergency response and delaying evacuations. Economically, the city would suffer a huge blow. Businesses would be destroyed or shut down for weeks or months. Rebuilding would take years and cost billions. Insurance claims would skyrocket, and many small businesses might never recover. Panic and public response. A major explosion in a populated city would spark panic. People might flee the area en masse, overwhelming public transport and leading to additional accidents and confusion. Social media and news outlets would spread the news rapidly, possibly fueling misinformation and fear. City authorities would face intense public scrutiny over safety regulations, emergency preparedness, and the location of hazardous facilities near residential zones. A gas plant explosion in a busy city would be a disaster of epic proportions. It would devastate the city physically, emotionally, environmentally, and financially. This scenario highlights the importance of strict safety regulations, regular inspections, proper emergency planning, and keeping industrial facilities at a safe distance from densely populated areas to minimize the risk of such a tragedy.